Have you ever noticed that every time the topic of taxing the rich comes up, we hear the exact same threat? They warn us, careful, if you tax them, they'll run. The story goes that millionaires are ready to pack their bags for Miami or Dubai the second they see a tax bill, taking their money, their businesses, and our jobs with them. It sounds logical. It sounds scary. But ever wonder if we are being played? What if the rich aren't actually going anywhere? What if that whole story is just a bluff? Science and data refer to this concept as the Laffer Curve. The theory is simple. If you tax people too much, they will eventually stop working or move away to save their money. It implies there is a breaking point where higher taxes actually lead to less total money for the country. But actual studies conducted on 27 major countries show something very different. The data reveals that we are rarely near that breaking point. Why? Because human behavior is not just about subtraction, it's about value. Wealthy people do not simply look for the lowest price tag. They look for the best environment to build wealth. They stay in high-tax places because that is where the financial systems are stable, where the laws protect their assets, and where the highly skilled workers live. The analysis shows that for most wealthy individuals, the cost of losing access to that powerful network is actually much higher than the cost of paying the tax. But ask yourself, why do we believe the Exodus story so easily? It's because we see the headlines. We see a famous billionaire moving from California to Texas, or a hedge fund manager buying a place in Florida. It feels real. But is that really true for the majority? The data tells a completely different story. In New York, despite decades of people threatening to leave over high taxes, the population of millionaires has actually doubled since 2010. There are now 34,000 people there making over $1 million a year. If high taxes are a millionaire repellent, why are there more millionaires there than ever before? The truth is, most rich people don't choose their home by sorting a spreadsheet from lowest tax to highest tax. They choose based on where they can make the most money. Paying a slightly higher tax rate is often just the cost of doing business in a place where the opportunities are endless. Then, ask yourself, what happens when a country actually tries to win the race to the bottom? Look at what happened in London. For years, they tried to attract ultra-wealthy individuals with loose regulations and tax perks. And it worked. Wealthy people came. But what actually happened to the economy? It didn't create a boom for everyone. Instead, it drove up housing prices and turned the city into a safe deposit box for foreign cash. Here's the catch. The type of person who moves solely to avoid paying their fair share is the same type of person who leaves the second the deal isn't perfect. They have no loyalty. They don't contribute to the community. When London tried to tighten the rules just a little bit, those people left for Dubai. If you build an economy on catering to people who want to contribute nothing, you end up with an economy that gets nothing. So what if everyone is wrong about what we should actually fear? We panic about capital flight, the idea of money leaving. But money can be printed. Real estate cannot be put in a suitcase. You cannot pack up a skyscraper or a factory and sneak it through airport security. The real danger isn't losing a billionaire's bank account. The real danger is losing human capital. We should worry when engineers, doctors, and builders leave. That is what happened in struggling economies. They didn't collapse because they taxed the rich. They collapsed because instability drove away the skilled workers who actually build things. The data suggests that as long as a country offers stability, safety, and opportunity, the people who matter and the money that matters aren't going anywhere. Does this sound like you? You read the headlines about billionaires threatening to pack up, and you feel a genuine spike of anxiety. You worry that if we push too hard for a fair system, the job creators will vanish and the economy will collapse on top of us. It feels like we're being held hostage, afraid that asking for effective taxation will somehow make our own lives harder. But here's the relief. We are not fragile. The system relies on the stability, infrastructure, and skilled work that we provide.
Wealth stays where the world works. The heavy lifting of the economy is done by the millions of people who live, work, and spend right here. We can stop walking on eggshells. The reality is that the wealthy need a functioning society just as much as society needs capital. You can let go of the fear that fairness equals ruin. Try this. The next time you see a dramatic headline about a famous billionaire fleeing the country to save on taxes, pause before you react. Ask yourself one simple question. Is this a trend, or is this just one guy moving house? One person moving is just an anecdote. It's a story designed to grab your attention. Unless the article shows you hard numbers that thousands are leaving, treat it like gossip, not economics. Don't let one billionaire's travel plans dictate how you feel about the economy. Ignore the noise. We've seen that real wealth sticks around for stability and opportunity, not just the lowest price tag. But I'm curious about you. If you hit the jackpot tomorrow, would you actually pack up and leave your friends, family, and entire life behind just to save a little extra on taxes? Or is living somewhere you truly call home worth the cost? Think about it and let me know what you would do.